The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
I mean, it's a bit fucking weird. Really wish there was a sprint button. But every button you press just zooms in. This is shift, this is control, this is alt, this is right click. They all just zoom in. We're gonna sneak through this fucking cat flap. Yes, we are. Okay, that is strange.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Doggy door makes more sense, yep. That is the size of a dog, not a cat. My bad. Let's play this strategically. We'll go this way. Nope, that's the way. That's the way we came in. We have not played that strategically at all.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
So why did we leave? We need answers. Very book-heavy family, aren't they? Books everywhere.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
A smile with too many books, I would argue.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
What, as in Great-Grandpa Sven built the rest of the house? Or he built this for Barbara and the rest of the house?
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Bit weird. Bit weird. Oh right, yeah, so that is the... What?
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Okay. Just not make it obvious that you can, like, lean into these. Like, I have to hold forward here to look through this.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Sorry, what? We're just gonna gloss over that, are we? Oh god. Fucking have to click escape to get out my drone.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Gosh, okay. What the fuck? Finally got use for this key. Wow.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh, that's clever.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Oh, I like that as a system. That's good.
Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
We ain't eating
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ugh. Can you eat this shit as well? Gross little child.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Me? No, don't eat me.
I kept eating and eating.
What, toothpaste? What the fuck? What? Who eats toothpaste?
I ate a lot of things that night.
No, don't. No, we ain't in the toilet. We ain't eating out the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Yes, you did, because there's a bird
It
there.
was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Okay, this has gone too far.
I gobbled her up,
Oh, heck.
and suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. A mama rabbit.
Mama rabbit. Come here, Mama rabbit. I'm gonna get you.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
What the fuck?
And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh, right. Right, we're not in water though, we're just... What the... What? This game is a lot weirder than I expected. What is this?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
What? Am I a fucking octopus now? Oh, we're coming out of a toilet! No! That's grim! We're a poo monster. We're like that rat that was in the
I got
unit.
closer and closer.
Are we back in our own room? But we are.
All of my stomach started growling.
Okay.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Right, well Molly was mental. Cool. Make a note of that. Molly. Batshit.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Oh, Edie's a fucking idiot then. How do I close this?
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
God, this make me feel so sick.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
He's sending it. Send it.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
We're doing it, boys.
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Thanks for that nauseating experience.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Cool story.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
So now we're actually playing inside the comic book. That's a neat twist.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
I like this whole bit. It was well done.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Where'd that come from? Walter?
Walter, are you there?
Walter, you little bitch.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police described the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents
Captain
are
Hook.
urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the Hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Yeah, get fucked.
And where he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Do I hit him? Yeah, cool.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The Hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Nice.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Good one. Nice. Well, that was something.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Of?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
What? Damn.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
I think it's that your mum's fucking mental. That is that. And that's clearly a picture. But I respect the effort. Time for Walter's crazy story. Let's go.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Chug, chug, chug. I don't know what they are that we're eating.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Its been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere.
Is he on about the same monster that killed the other?
Whatever killed Barbara
Oh yeah, he is. I think so.
and Molly.
I can't remember how Molly died.
And Calvin.
Calvin fell off a swing, mate. Let's not be over dramatic.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
We're just gonna get hit by a train, though, aren't we?
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Gonna get hit by a train.
I don't mind if I only have a year left,
You've got like 10 minutes left. You're gonna get hit by a train.
or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day.
You're gonna get any. You're gonna get hit by a
I
train.
can already imagine the sun on my face.
There we go. What a shocker.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Burpy and Derpy. And Derpy Jr. And Chirpy and Furpy and Lurpy and Zerpy. Imaginative names.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Cool cemeteries. Well done. So who's dead then? Who all's dead? Molly thought she was a cat and jumped off a tree or some shit. Did we find out how she died? I can't remember. Calvin jumped off a swing. Sven was building a dragon slide and it fell on his head. Edie, I don't think we know after her yet. Walter got run over by a train. Idiot. Barbara got eaten by some fans.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Ooh, got some knocks here.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, no, don't be doing this when you're preggers. Time for Grandpa Sam's crazy story. Let's go. No, let's take photos.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Not quite.
No, not quite, because... Oh,
What?
wait, there we go.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
What am I supposed... What do you want me to take a picture of, game? Tell me. Tell me, please. It's so blurry when I zoom out. There's no way to know. Ah, flashbang myself again. This is not how a camera works. And then Antler Man as well. Antler Man. Oh dear.
Let me get behind you.
I'm going to take a picture of the deer getting split in half by a bullet.
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Rip deer.
Great shot, Dawn!
Oh, we did take a picture of it getting split in half. We're taking a selfie with the corpse. What is this? What are these controls? Now it's suddenly a third-person game and I'm an old man that I can't see, and it puts me behind a rock. How do I? Oh my
Dad,
God.
it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Yeah, that's what you get. Fucking with Antler Man. I'm glad he died.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Lost a lot of fucking marbles. Oh god, there's gonna be a fucking dead baby now. Yikes. Nah, we ain't gonna fucking watch a baby die, surely. We watched a deer die,
Dear
that was
Kay,
bad enough.
Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
We're playing as a baby?
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
What do I do? I don't know how to be a baby. What are the controls for a baby? I'm pressing all the buttons. What do I do? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, now I'm the frog. Bop! Bop! Let's go
It's
on.
over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Bop!
Sam, I told you I don't want
I don't know why this duck's looking at me all the time. Get fuck up, duck. Fuck up. Ooh, what
I
are
wonder
these?
what he saw.
Oh, I can jump! The depth perception is way off, but I can jump. Ah, go on, yes. Backflip!
Lost in
Kickflip,
his
frog, do a
imagination.
kickflip.
Whatever it was, he saw.
This is amazing. Whee!
I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Well, what happened?
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us
Oh,
about the world he saw.
we're gonna drown. We're gonna drown.
There's so much I don't understand.
The frog killed us!
About Gregory. About everything.
I guess they've made this baby death as fun as it could be. I think. It's a difficult
But I know
subject to
what happened
tackle.
wasn't your fault.
It was her fault. She fucking left the baby in the boiling bathtub.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Yikes. Imagine that. Running a bath for your baby and then you come back and it's dead. Duties. Dawn, sweep, Gus, mop, Greg, be a baby. I like it. Rock climbing, do a bit of free solo.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Of course she did.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
And yet. 4 poems.
A poem for Gus,
Oh, a poem.
who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
fly the kite. Interesting.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Give a fuck, Dad. I don't want to be in no stupid photo. I got kites to fly.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Okay.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, make the music louder.
Oh, Daddy gonna get struck by lightning. This kite is powerful. You don't get killed by a tent. Come off it.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Okay. What, he died
She
of...
never talked about him, but
of a tent?
Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
This is a boat. There's a fucking boat all the way up here. There's some sketchy shit. No wonder they all died.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
What do you want from me, game? What's the control scheme for this bit?
But he withdrew part of himself.
Why are so many animals dying in this fucking game? Okay, no more fish. Job done. Let's go home. I feel like the game wants me to do something here, but what? I'm moving, I'm clicking.
Wander.
Oh, I have to press up, of course. Oh, right, it's like a platforming game. Oh, okay, I'm a character. Did not realise this.
I asked him to describe it.
Keep doing the fish as well. Let's keep doing the fish.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
Don't be taking your eyes off the fish. This is what we get paid for.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. He knew it was all in his head.
There's a big fucking fish in the way, mate. Oh, nice. We sliced it.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself, but he found something more.
It's 3D now.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Got a fucking 3D platform
like
to
a whole
complete.
new Lewis. So I let him go on.
What kind of therapist just goes, oh yeah, let him carry on then.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
What a tune.
He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Too busy playing this sick game. Where's the next fish? Here.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Yeah, they don't call me the chopper for nothing.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. It became a game for him.
Oh, we still got to do the fish as well. What happens if I just leave the fish to pile up?
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Oh, get conquered.
New Louisville.
New Louisville. You guys got a great way with words.
St. Louis.
St. Louis, classic. Classic, I like it.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Minneapolis. I got fish.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
You're a shit therapist.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Finch. You're not even doing it. You're just pretending. I was doing it better than that. I'll see you later, mate. I'll see you later.
I still thought I could save him.
Oh!
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Hey guys. Yeah, it's me, the king. Sandra, you're looking lovely today. Oh, Steve, glad you made it. Glad you made it. No, there's old Davy. Davy!
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
A what? A calico? Oh, this is lovely. Is that a giant cat?
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Is she gonna be holding my dick soon?
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh, now I see where this is going. All of a sudden, I'm not so keen. You're gonna make me do this, aren't you? Oh, is this gonna be? He's gonna put his own head in the fish slicer thing, IRL. Is that what's happening?
And the rest I think you know.
Yep.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Damn. That was so jolly. What a downer to end it with a suicide, you know? We're really getting into that whole king parade.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What did happen that night? I mean, all that can happen is someone's going to die, but that's already happened 50 times, so it's not going to be very...
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Please do.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
I always thought Edie and Edith were the same person. Apparently not. Why have we got someone called Edie and Edith in the same story? That's so damn confusing. So there's a little kid who's Edith, which is me.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car, and I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Bye,
The next
Edie.
morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
She said you were staying.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Oh, I can move my hand up and down. Gameplay!
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Did we just come out of a vagina?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
So she died as well. Of something? From childbirth? I thought that was going to be a lot better than it was. There was no, like, twists or anything, really. It's just, this person died, then this person died, then this person died, and now I died. I thought it was going to be like a real emotional game, like real sad and real, like, pulling on your heartstrings constantly, but it was like, meh, most of it. I also thought there might be some kind of, like, explanation for all of it at the end, but no, it's just these things happened. That is it. I feel like a lot of people would have that same reaction, surely, that like, because it's just constantly people dying, it loses its effect, doesn't it, pretty quickly. I still don't remember how the first little girl died. Like what? She turned into a cat and a shark, and then a monster under a bed, and that was all I remember. It's very well made, I'll give it that, like all the assets and the props and the music and the voice acting and stuff was all really good. So that comic book bit was pretty cool, actually. But like story-wise, I don't know, I expected more.